everybody, and welcome Joy Jackson. Joy is one of our latest magnificent mediums. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So today we are going to talk a little bit about your experience with Magnificent Mediumship, the program. And first of all, I would love to just hear a little bit about you. Like, how did your life look before you did this program?
Right. Well, I suppose the first word that comes to mind is a bit lost. I always knew that I was gifted right from childhood, and that sort of moved with me right into my teenage years. And then I sort of dropped off and moved into other walks of life, that sort of thing. But one thing that really always stuck with me was music. I always felt like I always said music talks to me, like I'll be listening to someone talk and then like a song like Little Lies from Fleetwood Mac will come on TV or something, and I'm like, just wondering, and all these sorts of things. So prior to Magnificent Mediumship, I always trusted that I knew that I would find this path again. It was just when was the right time. So yeah, that was prior, and then found out that I am actually clairaudient. So the whole music talking to me over these years has really proved its worth. So it's great. I'm loving it.
Awesome. Yeah. And I know exactly how you feel, because I used to be like, are these songs actually talking to me? Like, do I have that type of power? No. And, you're a mum, so you've got a few children in your life. And I know that there's been some massive things that have shifted, like not only with your awareness of mediumship, but also within the dynamics of your family, of your job, all that type of stuff. So can you tell us a little bit about what has actually happened in the time, like how things have shifted within the time of doing Magnificent Mediumship?
Right. So just before I started Magnificent Mediumship, I knew that I wanted to study, but I wanted to be able to finance that without, putting a hindrance on the household priorities and things. So I got a job, and I was full-time. And I felt myself so way down and so tired all of the time. And then when I started doing this Magnificent Mediumship, I find out that I'm a projector and that I'm only designed to work around 3 hours a day. Along doing the course, I built so much confidence and became so aligned with myself that I kind of just knew that I needed to just dive in the deep end and just stop all of this procrastinating and just do what was right for me. So I left my job, and since then I've become so confident and happy, and I've helped so many other people as well without even realizing it. And with my children, so my son, I found out he's the only different one in the family. He is a generator, whereas the rest of us are projectors. So he worked very differently. So I found a few sort of methods to help work with the dynamics of his differences to ours. And I found it's been so helpful. He's so much calmer now. Like, we talk and we just talk. It's not like this underlying argument with misunderstanding. It's been absolutely beautiful.
Wow. So HD, human design, which is a part of Magnificent Mediumship, it's interweaved. So that's really made a difference in your family unit. So with your finances as well, you said that you wanted to study, but you didn't want to have that extra pressure on your family. So how has that shifted your financial dynamics as well?
The funny thing is, it hasn't changed. I thought it would be I thought it would be hard. I was thinking, oh, we just bought a caravan, we just bought a house, and and then I was like, no, stop. I'm just going to sit back and do a meditation and do some money channeling and things like that. And we're still receiving money. It's like nothing has changed. I'm renovating the house and I'm painting the house, and somehow we're still buying Christmas presents.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that me working full time was actually adding any value to us. So like you've taught us, we receive it in different ways. So like I've just added $200,000 value to our house. That was half a year's wage.
I've got goosebumps all over my body right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then just yesterday, so last week, about 2 weeks ago, I recall you talking about how you just started collecting change. So I started doing that too. I started just collecting change. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and appreciating it, holding it, loving it, and not being afraid of it. And my wallet is like so heavy. And there's $100 notes in there now too. I went from 20 to like 120 in a week. So go figure. What will be, you'll make happen.
100%. So magnificent mediumship clearly for you hasn't just been about the mediumship part of it. Like this is just the family dynamics, your human design, obviously, you know, bringing more abundance into your life as well. Has it shifted your relationships externally from your family?
It has. I have always had a bit of a different, unique relationship with a couple of people in my family, but I've learned boundaries and barriers, you know, like dropping my barriers, but keeping my boundaries up and learning, you know, like you treat people how you want to be treated, but teaching people how you want to be treated too, what you will and won't put up with. And I actually find that those relationships are now stronger because we've built respect. So it's so much more than magic and mediumship. It is learning a way of living with yourself and living with other people and understanding. It's a beautiful thing.
Wow, I love that so much. And so let's talk about the mediumship for a minute. Like obviously magnificent mediumship is a whole experience. Yeah. So, and I'm really excited because you jumped in at the very last minute. You were like, just get me in there. I'm in here. It was really exciting.
Procrastinator, producer.
And I'm so glad you did, because I've watched your journey and it was a 10-week program and you literally just bloomed and bloomed and bloomed. So talking about the mediumship, like what have you experienced when it has come to, you know, not just shifting your entire reality, but the mediumship and talking to spirits? And what are the biggest things that have kind of come through for you?
That gave me such goosebumps, because the day after we finished Magnificent Mediumship, I cleared my first spirit without needing to call out for help even. I feel like because we were so in depth and because, you know, some things were repeated, but only to a degree you start remembering it off by heart, like things like the clearing statements and things like that. So I had an experience where we did the open rooms. So we were working with each other, and Katie done a reading on me, and she told me that there were 2 cords stuck to me, and I kind of knew it because I've always suffered from migraines for years since I was a teenager. But they got worse and worse and worse when that second cord attached itself. So the next day I took it within myself to do a clearing to cut those cords. And then my ex-father-in-law stepped in, and I just trusted, and I knew, you know, and I followed the steps, and I helped clear him and make peace and help him see that he was dead, and helped follow him through to the light. Yes, that and card reading. I absolutely love card reading without the book. And I learned that I can, I don't have to just minimize that to, like, it doesn't have to be done in 2 minutes. It could take up to 20, up to 40 minutes if you just keep going deeper and deeper and just asking more questions. You know, what else is there for me? What else do you require me to know? Things like that. It's amazing what you can actually get out. And the clairvoyance, of course, you know, the clairaudient, just absolutely loving that, listening and just stopping and just clearing, you know, getting rid of the mind chatter. That is a major one too, getting rid of mind chatter and just listening.
Beautiful. So is it safe to say that you feel a lot more confident now in doing readings and reading cards? And also, of course, there's a lot of energy clearing and, you know, cord ties. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in Magnificent Mediumship. It could have been a 6-month program, right? So are you feeling a lot more confident within yourself going forward into like this way of living?
I am feeling so confident now that I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to call my business. Mm-hmm. I did not even consider making it a business until after I'd finished my Polytech side of things. But I'm like, why wait? I want to make 80 grand this year, even though I'm not working. So what's going to help me do that? And I can help people now. Why wait to help people?
Yes. And I know you've been playing with names. You're like, I've been playing with names. I'm like, yeah. And that's the thing, right? You have come so far. in 10 weeks. It blows my mind. And this is why this is a signature program, because for seeing someone like yourself, not necessarily like, it's not what you were learning. It's more, of course, there's tools and processes and structures and systems and support, a deep amount of support, but it's remembering who you are.
Absolutely. I truly believe that. I had so much trauma and stigma around judgment. There was so much fear of what people would think of me. I'm always way too worried about what people think of me. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because I'm helping people. What are you doing?
Beautiful. And do you feel that being in that community as a tribe, that you've made some friends, like some forever friends?
Absolutely. I so totally have. Honestly, I don't think I ever want to not talk to those girls from our group anymore, to have people with common ground that are at the same sort of level that you're at. And they're so friendly because they're on the same path. We're all doing the same thing. And so, like the other day, I put up a thing on spiritual medium alignment about wanting to do, like just a few readings for people, just to give myself some more practice and stuff. And a couple of the girls offered to do readings for me as well. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome. I love this. Let's keep doing this.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why the Spiritual Line membership is there, is to support people. So if they want to continue in that vortex, they can be in a tribe. And, one thing I want to let you know as well is, depending on what magnificent mediumship people join into, because it's a program that continues to run, the people that come in, so for you, Joy, the people that came into that vortex, into that container, souls that have chosen to be together to do that. So yes, they are your soul tribe, and they're always going to be able to help you in your life, energetically at least. So alrighty, so what was your biggest takeaway, if you could, what was the biggest thing that you feel has changed your life forever since doing a magnificent mediumship?
The biggest thing definitely is the clear audience. Just knowing myself now, just knowing who I am and knowing what I want to be and what I want to do more specifically now, because it was so vague before. So to have more definition, that's an amazing thing, to have that definition around what my talents and gifts are. That's a beautiful thing.
Confidence, clarity, confirmation.
Yeah. Well, it all comes together, I believe. I don't think you can really truly find what your gifts are if you don't believe in yourself and have that confidence, because it all comes together. You need to have the confidence to believe in yourself to know what your gifts are. So I think, it's amazing.
Beautiful.
I'd do it again. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Honestly, I in a couple of years' time, I might do it again just for the sake of it, just to refresh everything.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about having the digital program, the digital portal, is you can go back. And you said to me before, I was just, having a rest, projector vibes, mermaid vibes. So I started listening to some of the bonuses and just chilling out. So you can go back to that whenever you like. And of course, like you say, doing the live option again in a couple of years' time to really like juice up those capacities. So last but not least, anyone who is like watching this or is kind of like, oh, I don't really know, because I know your toe was half in and half out at some stage. And I actually said, come on, Joy, dive in or jump out, and you're like, okay, I'm diving in. But what would you say to somebody who's like, I don't want to be a medium that gets paid, I just want to change my life a little bit, and I don't know if magnificent mediumship is for me. What would you say to them?
I would still absolutely 100% do it. It is not just about mystical, magical witchery. It is about a life path. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like something like dairy farming, like it's not a job, it's a lifestyle.
True that. True that. We're in New Zealand.
Things like the meditations in itself, getting rid of that mind chatter and just being comfortable with yourself. You don't have to read cards and talk to spirits and clear houses of demons. You don't see horrible things unless that's what you want to see. It will be what you want it to be. I truly believe that.
We are the creators of our own reality, aren't we?
We are. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Joy. This has been absolutely amazing having you in this container. I knew that you would be coming into this container when you were ready. And yeah, I'm really excited to see you go forward, create this business, get paid to be you and to share your gifts with the world. And it's just, look at you, just embracing all that is all here for you. And yeah, so guys, check out Joy, go check out her page. And of course, if you feel drawn to her and you want a reading, then she is available for you. Go see what is happening. And thank you so much, Joy. And thank you everybody for being here. And we will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.